What unfolded along the river was an operation that shattered the calm of the riverbank with the thunder of law enforcement vehicles and the sharp sounds of timber burning. At South Africa's Beitbridge border, a crossing historically defined by constant movement, commerce, and human traffic, authorities launched a dramatic crackdown that exposed just how daring and organized smuggling networks have become. Acting on intelligence and critical information provided by community members, police moved into illegal crossing zones along the Limpopo River, not merely to arrest suspects, but to eliminate the very equipment smugglers relied on to transport people and goods across the border. The discovery was remarkable. 24 smuggling boats, including pressure boats commonly used to move undocumented migrants and contraband, were seized and destroyed directly on the riverbanks. The Limpopo River, a broad and powerful natural divide between South Africa and Zimbabwe, has long served as both a lawful trade route and an illegal passage for those determined to avoid official border posts. Over time, smugglers had refined their methods, using improvised pressure boats and rafts to move under the cover of darkness, far from monitored checkpoints. That advantage disappeared when police, working with accuracy and strong community cooperation, tracked down and intercepted these vessels. In a swift and deliberate response, officers pulled the boats from the water, aligned them, and destroyed them, cutting off smuggling routes that had operated repeatedly in the area. Wooden rafts and log boats, essential tools for those attempting to evade the law, were set alight on site, sending a clear and visible message that authorities were taking the fight directly to the river. This action was not symbolic, it was tactical. Every pressure boat removed meant another channel for undocumented movement, untaxed goods, and unregulated contraband was shut down. It marked a moment where law enforcement met criminal innovation with decisive force, signaling that smuggling, once quietly tolerated in some areas, would no longer be overlooked. Community involvement proved decisive, as residents who had grown weary of illegal activities in their neighborhoods alerted police to concealed routes and informal landing points used by smugglers. This ground-level intelligence played a vital role in weakening entrenched smuggling syndicates. Authorities responded with firm warnings, making it clear that anyone still involved in cross-border smuggling is now under scrutiny, with serious legal consequences awaiting those arrested. Suspects are expected to appear in court on charges linked to smuggling, border violations, and organized criminal activity. Statistics from January to December of the previous year reveal the magnitude of enforcement efforts, with more than 1,476 arrests for smuggling-related crimes, over 500 suspects detained for drug trafficking, and more than 9,000 individuals connected to irregular migration and border offenses. These figures highlight not just police action, but the immense pressure placed on authorities tasked with protecting borders and enforcing immigration and customs laws. Smuggling carries real consequences. It siphons national revenue through unpaid duties, undermines legitimate businesses, and strengthens criminal networks that extend far beyond a single riverbank. Items such as building materials, vehicles, illicit medicines, groceries, fuel, and stolen livestock frequently pass through these informal crossings, while minerals, cigarettes, and other high-value goods are illegally exported, threatening economic stability and compliance with trade regulations. By destroying the 24 boats, police went beyond removing physical assets, striking directly at the core of organizations that profit from avoiding legal oversight, while reminding the public that accountability and visibility remain central in the fight against illicit trade. Beneath the surface, the operation underscored a deeper truth: border security is not only about controlling movement, but about upholding the rule of law, ensuring economic fairness, and safeguarding systems that allow nations to function and grow. When smugglers exploit vulnerable border areas, the loss is not only financial, but a loss of trust in institutions designed to protect citizens, support lawful commerce, and ensure safety. South Africa's actions at Beitbridge and other major border posts reflect a broader strategy to strengthen legal entry systems, intervene where illegal crossings once flourished, and respond with a mix of enforcement, technology, community partnership, and coordinated planning. When those 24 boats burned along the riverbank, it symbolized more than destroyed wood and damaged hulls. It signaled that authorities will no longer allow illegal operations to continue unchecked. It declared that wherever smuggling networks attempt to hide, whether along riverbanks, within dense forests, or across quiet stretches of border, they will be located, stopped, and dismantled. For a region reliant on secure borders, lawful trade, and regulated movement, this stance is more important than ever, because in a world where borders define sovereignty, enforcing them is not just policy, but a statement about the future the nation aims to build, one where illegal trade is resisted, smuggling networks are broken, communities and law enforcement stand together, and the rule of law becomes a living reality along the shores of the Limpopo.